Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. Today, I'd like to go back to the case of the Idaho 4. I'd love to go back to the interview of DM that was released yesterday, I believe. You can get the full detailed interview on Truth and Transparency, his channel, or Plunder. I'm just going to discuss a bit about what I have basically heard DM say in the interview that I found a bit surprising. DM stated that Ethan was trying to call Maisie, his triplet, because he was worried for Maisie. I wonder what was the concern. And she said she spoke to Maisie the next day, and Maisie said that he left her a text message saying, "I love you." What was that about, I wonder? Because if you remember from the interview, Maisie herself says that she was surprised. It's not like Ethan to say, "I love you." They don't usually tell each other they love you. So I'd really like to know why Ethan was concerned. Could someone have basically threatened his sister? Like, when somebody wants to get back at you and they say, "I'm going out for your sister or your wife or your children or something." I wonder if there's any threat that was passed to Ethan about his sister. Why was he... I can understand he's protective over his sister. That's his only sister, and he was the oldest of the triplets. But I find it kind of strange that even his sister said that he said, "Dog, come here, chill with us all. We all miss you." Who is all? That is many people. Who were the people Ethan was chilling with that night? Ethan's brother Hunter Chapin said that Ethan was at the Sigma Chi fraternity party. He said that Ethan and Zana were both in his room and they left him at 1:45. I find that to be interesting. So what happened after 1:45? Were they attacked on their way home? So for Ethan to have told DM that he was concerned for his sister, she believes that it's normal. She's saying that Ethan was like that towards me too. He was protective. But I don't think so, DM. You could have been like a sister to Ethan, but that's his blood sister. That's his triplet. He has a responsibility to look after his sister. So why was he worried? Could Ethan have got himself hooked up on something? Or got himself involved in drugs or something? Did someone threaten his sister? Is my question. The fact that DM is mentioning it in an interview, and the fact that Maisie mentioned it in the ABC News interview, it's kind of strange. So today I wanted to discuss the triplets. Where was Hunter Chapin that night? He said, "Me and Ethan do everything together. We eat together. We sleep together." It means like in the same fraternity. And they used to chill together. There's a lot of pictures of Ethan, his triplets, and Zana chilling together. Something just doesn't seem to be right with Ethan and Zana's timeline. And I wonder if Kaylee was actually sleeping in her room. Or did she hear something and she must have gone to see what it was, and somebody attacked her and threw her on Maddie's bed? That would make the most sense to me. Because if you look at it, Kaylee was found at the sitting position. Not because only her parents said that. It's because Saeed is watching something like Kaylee. The person has the hairstyle of Kaylee, the same size, length of hair, and you can see the person is sitting on the bed in a sitting position. DM is still trying to tell us that she did not hear anything until Koberger saw her. She only heard a man saying, "I'm here to help." Obviously, she copied this from Vampire Diaries, like we all know. Stefan Salvador says, "Caroline, she's here." He's talking about Bonnie. And then he basically jumps on Bonnie and he throws her on the floor and he jumps on top of her, like to keep her from running away from him. And then he says, I'm here to help you." So DM literally took Stefan Salvador's line. She even took his looks. How about that? If you look at the pictures of Vampire Diary, Stefan Salvador, not Damon but Stefan, the younger brother, who's saying, "I'm here to help." If you pay attention to him, his eyebrows look exactly like Koberger. Exactly like Koberger. And strangely enough, Stefan Salvador from Vampire Diaries has more bushy eyebrows than Koberger himself. But they both look alike. So did DM stage a whole crime scene? What she was going to say, "I'm here to help," from the Vampire Diaries? I find that to be really strange. I really find that to be strange. Her fingers do not look right. I'm watching the second interview and it still doesn't look right. And it's not like DM can get away by lying so much, because picture it this way. She would have heard Maddie and Kaylee being unalived or fighting for their lives. The reason I say that is because Maddie's room is above DM. She would have heard Xana and Ethan because they share the same corridor. Does that make sense, guys? Why is she lying and saying that she did not hear any noise that night? Why does Hunter Chapin and Hunter Johnson look like they know something? Everyone is just moving guilty in this case. The more reports come out, the more guiltier they look. But the sad thing is, nothing is going to be done. We know that. Was there somebody hiding upstairs, is my question. Was there somebody hiding upstairs? Maybe in Maddie and Kaylee's room? Maybe in Kaylee's room? Because if Kaylee was downstairs dancing, which I really don't believe for a second, but if she was downstairs dancing and Maddie was sleeping upstairs, the person had to have already been in the house. It can't be somebody who let themselves in even if the door was open. Because these are creaky wood steps. Kaylee would have heard it, unless the music was too high, but I still do not believe it's one person who committed these crimes. I believe 2 separate weapons were used, and I believe it was more than one person. Let's try 3. Because when you look at it, 3 unidentified male DNAs. That is number 1. Then we have 3 mixed DNAs, unidentified mixed male DNAs under Maddie's nails. Do you all see how many times the 3 comes in it? It's all 3. Rumors are flying around that 3 guys were seen in front of 1122 King Road that night. What about the guy that took pictures and put it on Geo Snapchat, or somebody put him on Geo Snapchat? The guy with the black mask. What about him? Were these students even checked? I believe it was really interesting that the officer asked DM about her social media accounts, and she mentioned the Visco. I don't know if they ever checked into Visco accounts, but I wonder if they checked into Bethany's too, because Bethany was on Visco too. These girls were uploading pictures, downloading pictures. I don't know what they were doing. And pay attention to the fact that DM mentions her friend spent the night on the 11th to the 12th. What if DM and her friend and Kaylee and Maddie had some beef going on? Or Zana? It's like they give us a bit, but then they yet again manage to cover up a lot. It's like there's a big gap missing, a chunk of gap that you wouldn't know even. You can't sit and speculate like, is this what was said? Is this what is missing? This has been done on purpose so that we give up on this case. But what I don't understand is why aren't the parents demanding the correct answers? From the beginning, Steve and his wife, Christy, was up and down. They were changing their opinions. Christy always said that she believes it was Koberger who did it. But at least Steve had a more open mind. I don't know what happened later. And it still surprised me the fact that Kaylee's parents did not drive down immediately when they heard something happened to their daughter. Then it starts making me want to dig deeper into why Steve was the talk of the town and talk of the world. Why was Jack D still borrowing your vehicle, Steve? They're trying to tell us that we have a house, that the front door and the back door is locked or door is broken. And these girls just slept without thinking that it could be a danger. But yet again we forget. That's what they have an answer for it. Oh, we never thought anything could happen in Moscow. This is Moscow, nothing happens. That's a lie. That is the excuse they staged to tell the police. The alibi they decided to tell the police. Because if they weren't involved, you would have called 911 when you saw Zan on the floor. You would have called 911, or you would have called a friend over. Even if you didn't want to disturb 911, call a friend over and tell them to come and help you to check on Zana. Why didn't you call Hunter Chapin and tell him, come and help us with Zana? I can't find Ethan. Why didn't you go inside the room and check where Ethan was? To even wake up Ethan and say, Ethan, help me, Zana's on the floor. What happened to that? Didn't DM need to go to the toilet? Because she said, let's not forget, she locked herself in the room and they never came out till the next day. Where were you peeing? I hate to say this, guys. Sorry. Were you peeing on DM's bed? On BF's bed or on the floor? What were you doing? Something does not make sense with your story. Or was DM or BF one of them working with Koberger is the question. Something does not make sense and I don't understand. Is it because the income comes from Idaho, Moscow that they're covering up? Let's not forget Scott Green. This is all a business transaction for him. He's not only a president, he majored or studied in business and management. Or possibly his son, Nick, was involved. Maybe that's why he's hiding it. But let me know what y'all think about Ethan being concerned for his sister, Maisie Chapman. Do y'all think the triplets know something? They look like they're hiding something, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all think. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions only. Have a lovely day.